From the sacred fruit of Buddhist monks to the rotting stink of a tropical favorite, today we look at strange fruits you've never heard of. Number 14. Carambola, often called the star fruit for its distinct pointed ridges. The carambola is native to Indonesia, the Philippines, and other nearby regions. Used as an ingredient for a variety of juices, preserves, and relishes, the carambola is entirely edible. Its yellow-tinged, translucent flesh is sour in the small breeds and sweet in the larger ones, but overall they have a tart and subtle taste. The skin of the carambola is thin and waxy, taking on different shades of yellow when ripe. Another particular feature of this produce is its gelatinous layer of goo known as aril that coats and protects about a dozen seeds per fruit. Number 13. Peria. Often found in tropical climates, the Peria fruit is also known as the aptly named bitter melon. Recognizable by its bumpy, wart-like exterior and strange elongated shape, the innards of this fruit are spongy and surround big, flattened seeds. Unlike most other fruit, the Peria can be eaten fresh or ripened, with the preferred stage of consumption dependent on the species. The Chinese Peria, for example, is best when still mostly green and has a crunchy, hydrating texture, resemblant of a cucumber except bitter. The flesh in this state remains a plain off-white. Other variations, however, taste best when allowed to ripen fully, when the skin of the fruit turns yellow and peels back, revealing sweet and juicy red pulp beneath. In addition to its culinary uses, this fruit has been used traditionally in herbal remedies and medicinal concoctions across the globe. Number 12. Persimmon. Mostly popular in Asia, the persimmon can be found around the world, with varieties also harvested regularly in Mexico, the Philippines, and American Midwest. The fruit comes from tall trees that reach heights of anywhere between 15 and 60 feet. The flesh of the persimmon is dry and pucker-inducing until ripe, when it produces its yellow-orange or orange-brown complexion. The fully developed taste is sweet and high in glucose for this fruit, which is technically, albeit surprisingly, classified as a berry. Number 11. Hala fruit. Like the result of a pineapple genetically spliced with a pine cone, the hala fruit is native to and almost exclusively eaten in Australia and the Pacific Islands. Its sticky center hosts a bundle of stalks called keys, notable for their green coarse and bulbous tops and sweet yellow fibers near the point. The pulpy ends of each key from the hala fruit need to be chewed on and broken down, but once they are, the thick, sticky nectar inside resembles a mix of mango and sugarcane. While a tasty treat when eaten raw, as a paste or made into a juice, this strange fruit takes on a different phase when left out in the sun too long. The hala fruit will begin to ferment and can currently start to produce an incredibly foul odor, a trait that has earned it the colloquial name of stink nut. Number 10. Buddha's hand. Rarely referred to by its more technical name of the fingered citron, the spindly, strange-shaped fruit, known commonly as Buddha's hand, has a wide variety of uses. Due to its unique shape, this fruit has been a staple of not just food goods, but is also utilized in perfume, religion, medicine, and even decor. The Buddha's hand has a special fragrance, making it perfect for adjusting the scent of rooms and clothing. Its bulky size and odd contour make it a popular choice for containers, and even as an ornamental plant in gardens and on patios across Asia. And living up to its namesake, Buddha's palm is a traditional offering and New Year's gift, as it symbolizes happiness, longevity, and good fortune. Number 9. Rambutan. Translating to hairy from Malay Indonesia languages, the thinly spined surface of the rambutan resembles a scarlet hedgehog or perhaps a burgundy sea anemone. A tropical fruit, its leathery outer layer peels back to reveal a white or pink-tinted, semi-translucent center. The taste of rambutan is said to be similar to a grape, with a somewhat acidic flavor, accenting the sweetness of the fruit. At the center of the rambutan is a single seed about the size of a pistachio nut. While they may be intrusive while delving into your new favorite fruit, these seeds have value as their high-fat content makes them a common ingredient in cooking and soap. Number 8. Miracle fruit. Imagine being invited to a party in which bitter and sour foods like radishes, beer, pickles, lemons, and limes were served. After taking a mouth-puckering bite, the host hands you a small red berry to try before the next tart tasting. Miraculously, the pickle suddenly has a sweet flavor instead of its usual acidic zest. These parties actually take place thanks to the miracle fruit. Surprisingly, containing little sugar, this sweet-tasting berry contains a special molecule called miraculin, that binds proteins when consumed with sour foods, unlocking your sweet receptors and giving everything a sweet taste for up to 30 minutes, or until you brush your teeth. The miracle fruit continues to be used in Africa to sweeten foods and drink because it remains banned in the United States, with miraculin classified as an illegal undeclared sweetener. Number 7. Durian. Considered the king of fruits across Southeast Asia, this large, spiny, melon-like produce is known as the durian. Beneath its mace-shaped rind, the durian hides oblong yellow chunks of flesh resembling something between a large nut and an indistinct animal organ. While its appearance is certainly strange to unfamiliar eyes, what truly separates this fruit from others is its notorious stench. Depending on the individual, the smell of durian can evoke a feeling of ecstasy or one of repulsion, as descriptions have ranged from reminiscent of a sweet perfume to the stinking rot of raw sewage. Its polarizing odor has caused it to be banned in public places throughout its native land, though its flavor is said to be delicious and like a blend between almond and custard or caramel, and is a common ingredient in Southeast Asian dishes. Number 6. Langsat. Originating from the Malaysian peninsula, the langsat comes in a wide variety and typically grows in clusters looking like a chandelier made of potatoes. But contrasting the dry, dense core of the starchy root, the flesh of these fruits is like a marriage between grape and grapefruit with its sharp, sugary taste. The major types of langsat fall into 2 categories: the smaller langsat, that grows in larger bundles, and the larger duku, which only get to the size of a golf ball. The duku are valued as supposedly having a less sappy core and sweeter flavor. Its hairy outer shell has been used in some countries to treat diarrhea and even a mosquito repellent when ignited. Number 5. Mangosteen. Springing forth from the evergreen tree of the same name, the purple plum-mimicking fruit known as the mangosteen can be found in Asia, India, and even tropical regions in Florida and Puerto Rico. But unlike its juicy, soft-fleshed doppelganger, this fruit's outer rind hardens into a thick protective layer, guarding its white pulpy innards from pests. Once picked, a mangosteen does not remain edible for long, and its ripeness can be especially difficult to decipher as its stiff skin makes for a hard indication of digestibility. Rarely found in North American markets, mangosteen remains a popular export of Thailand as consumers worldwide have found somewhat unorthodox uses for the fruit as a medicinal ingredient, a component for tanning leather, and other strange applications. Number 4. Ackee. Traditionally an African fruit, the ackee is a soapberry similar to the lychee and rambutan that is a staple in a variety of Caribbean recipes today. This strange rotund fruit gives the appearance of an apple crossed with a bell pepper before ripening, when it splits and reveals a unique inner core. Protruding from its cracked maw are typically 3 large black seeds coated in a spongy flesh that keeps the seeds attached to the fruit. This fluffy whitish-yellow interior is buttery and creamy in its texture, with a mild tang, like a semi-sweet scrambled egg. Adopted by Jamaica as its national fruit, the ackee has even been used in the production of some Jamaican wines. But despite its popularity, the fruit poses a danger when consumed unripened and can induce bouts of sickness and vomiting. Number 3. Pitaya. Harvested from cacti native to Central and South America, the pitaya, or dragon fruit as it's often called, is now a favorite in Australia, the Caribbean, and Southeast Asia as well. Grown in varieties ranging from a strongly sour and juicy texture to mildly sweet and saturated with seeds, different regions prefer different types of pitaya. These low-calorie fruits are favorites in teas, juices, sports drinks, and even alcoholic beverages. So next time you take a vacation to your favorite tropical getaway, be sure to order yourself a dragotini and give this flaming red fruit a fair shot. Number 2. Aguaje. This pine cone strawberry fusion known as the aguaje fruit in Peru comes from the moriche palm tree native to the swamps and tropics of Central and South America. This large tree has been reported to reach as high as 115 feet. The fruits that grow from these trees grow in large hanging clusters, and the shiny scales of the skin protect a sweet yellow center used in sweets, preservatives, juices, and wines. But these aren't the only food that come from these trees, as the sap of the moriche tree has proven to be sweet enough to drink fresh or preserve into wine, and the buds that sprout from its stalks are considered a vegetable in some cultures. Even the palm weevils that burrow within the trunks of these topiary titans are treated as a delicacy. Number 1. Black sapote. A specific type of persimmon, this goopy, cocoa-colored fruit echoes a thick chocolate pudding in color, texture, and taste. Hidden within the tar-like innards of the black sapote are typically up to a dozen seeds, and its thin green-yellow skin becomes edible when ripe. But this fruit, reminiscent of a hazelnut-flavored papaya, is completely inedible when unripe, as it tastes of bitter, agitating acidity, and have even been used in the Philippines as fish poison.